Straight away, doggy. Salt up. And this is caught by Getty. Comes fishing squad. Well, it's first light. We're going spinning again. It's part 2, session 2 of Novices Guide to Sea Fishing. In part 1 we blanked. In part 2, session 1 we blanked. On part 2, session 2. So in terms of kit, what we're taking extra from the previous session, we're going to take a filleting knife. You don't need to buy an expensive one like this one. You know, just standard kitchen knife with a thin blade on it. About 6 to 8 inches long will be fine. And we're also going to take some mackerel feathers because we're going to a deeper rock mark. Just hope it's giving you a couple of examples, a couple of pointers on how to fish each mark. Like if it's snagging and kelpie like yesterday, you want single spinners. Obviously fish didn't show, but obviously this is fishing, you can blank. Like today we're going on to a deeper rock mark. It's a good 30 foot deep in places. Close in it's a little bit shallower, but we're going to be able to put the mackerel feathers on and hopefully either a pollock or mackerel will show up and we'll be able to have some breakfast. So let's we'll see you at the mark. Yeah, I'm just setting camera up. I don't know if you can see me very well. We'll see in a minute. So we're going to be spinning. The sea looks very fishy, looks very mackerel-y. We're on a deep water rock mark today. Good time to go spinning for mackerels, first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Now most of your harbour walls around the country will fish in that window 2 hours before high tide to 2 hours after. If you can get a good spring tide, you know, which I mean a big tide, going into sort of dusky, you'll do very well for mackerel at this time of year. Right, so a couple of safety pointers. If you're fishing on rocks like this, you want wellies on. The cheaper the better, they seem to grip very well. That's the first safety point. The next one is let people know where you're going. Just in case you're not back, like we're in a couple of hours, don't you know, don't want people worrying. And obviously from a safety point of view, it's for the best. So right, I'm just going to get my rod and I'll show you what method we're using. Just give me a sec. Right, I've got a set of mackerel feathers with 3 ounce lead on. This rod's capacity is 3 ounce. We're going to see how it goes. You can, if you don't want to use a full set, you can cut them down. Like there's 5 here, you might want to fish with a 2 or a 3. It makes your feathers go further as well. Because you could potentially lose some gear on here, so that's why it's recommended. You can cut your feathers down, make them go further, can't you? Obviously it reduces your chances of catching fish because you're not putting 5 out, you're putting 2 out, but it's still an effective way of fishing for mackerel. And also if you don't want to use a weight, if you cut them down and you use the section that's got 2 on, if you've got a string of 5 and you cut them in a 2 and a 3, you can also fish with a decent sized spinner as a weight, so then increase your chances of catching fish that way. Again, you can just clip on with your snap clip and we're ready to go. So I'm going to reposition camera and then we'll do a few casts out. In fact, feeling this, I'm going to take the 3 ounce lead off and put some on a bit like, I've got a 2 ounce lead here, so I'm going to put that on. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm putting a 2 ounce lead on. That rod's capacity is 3 ounce, and that lead with 5 feathers on it, that rod with 5 feathers on it just felt a bit like we're pushing it to its capacity and maybe beyond. You can snap rods, believe it or not, but with being a cheap rod you don't want to risk it, so I've got like about a 2 ounce lead. Right, first problem I've got, 5 feathers on this rod, small rod. Too long, the rig's too long, so I'm going to cut 2 off. Just give me a second. me a sec, guys. Right, I'm back. Shorter rig, probably cast better that now. Obviously we've got 2 chances less of catching a fish, but we'll be right. Just means I can cast it out a bit further that now. It pulls through water better. It's not bending rod double. So we'll have a few casts with the mackerel feathers, and then we'll move on putting some spinners on for hopefully some specimen pollock or some pollock in general. I'm in. Mackerel. Tell me what. Oh, we've got 2. Get in. Get in. So what we want. 2. Well up in water. Get in. Yes. Right, I'm going to dispatch these. I'm not going to put that on camera. I'm going to get them dispatched and bagged up. Just give me a sec. Back out. Oh. At least I redeemed myself from yesterday. Let's have a few more casts. I'll take the bag down with us. Because I think there's going to be a few more in here. I'm in again, guys. Shoal must be in front of us. But they're here. There's no doubt about that now. They're definitely here. On the drop, these. I don't know how many it is. It feels like there's probably only 1. That's what you want. Mackerel is. I'm going to dispatch him. You don't have to. I've got the lots to be able to see what I do to him. I just cost him on the head basically, but it's the kindest way. And chuck him in bag. So I'm going to cast. Well, what a result! I'm in again, string full. Maybe. Yeah, as you can see, method for spinning for mackerel is just simply cast it out, reel it in, and do lots of drawbacks, winding the slack line, and as you move the rod back down, try and keep you in contact with your line all the time when you're reeling in. But obviously you can draw it and drop it back, reel the slack line in. Long draws, I tend to take it sometimes when the line goes slack. Just pull your rod back and wind the slack line in. Pull your rod back, wind the slack line is the best method. dispatching fish in this way, hitting it on the head, obviously it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and I've left it in the video, purposely just to show you the best way to dispatch a fish. Obviously it's not good viewing for some people, I do apologise for that. 20 casts, I've had 20 casts, I've had 4 mackerel, I've got 4 in 3 successive casts. It has to be done if you're keeping fish. After yesterday's session that was hard work and we caught nothing, I'm going to go for a walk. We're going to put a spinner on, decent sized spinner, or Dexter wedge. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to see if we can pick up, well, fingers crossed, I want a specimen sized pollock, but, oh, I think some mackerel are jumping out actually, I've just seen something jump out. It were definitely, I've not seen a fish jump out. We'll not be greedy today with mackerel, we'll go for a walk, go get some pollock. But I've definitely just seen a mackerel jump out. But I'm not going to be greedy, like I say, we'll save them for later in the week when we do some tote fishing. It's easy to be greedy, isn't it? You know, that's why there's hardly any mackerel left in sea. I'm just made up, I've caught some this morning. So we'll leave them for later in the week. What's splashing in front of me? I'm going to go for a walk. So some more kelpier, shallower rock marks now. We're going to get on the coastal path. It's a spot my granddad used to fish, and he had a 6.5 pound pollock out there a long time ago. But you know, he passed away 2 years ago, bless him. So we're going to see if we can relive a bit of his life, if you like, in my shoes. So we're going to go for a walk. Someone's telling me to go there, like, so right. Enough chat, let's get moved. We're walking anyway. Steep slope to come up. Some of the slopes around here that go down to fishing spots, the marks are nicknamed Cardiac Hill. It's easy to see why. Good MOT test for one's body. Just getting my breath back. Don't help when he had a bottle of red wine last night either, like. But we're on our way to the mark, the next spot. Just a quick bit of a, what should I call it? Just a few things about the videos I've put on. I mean, these are just basics of fishing, and they work everywhere. But it's easy to get disheartened sometimes and deviate away from them. So if you're a fan of this show, and you do go sea fishing, and you ever doubt yourself, come back to these videos. I doubt myself all the time when I'm not catching, and we always look to change something, but sometimes the answers are in front of you and the fish aren't there, like yesterday. But I like to be realistic about what there's a boat out there, about what the prospects are, and what actually happens on a day-to-day basis when I'm fishing on my channel. You won't catch me. I could fish whistling sands for 4 days on spin and catch fish and make ours off Cornwall on the same day. But what's the point? That ain't fishing. So that's my bit of a rant about other people's YouTube channels, where they don't do it all in one session. They do it over 4. What's the point in just showing people that you're successful all the time? Because that ain't fishing. So yeah, and also the video yesterday didn't catch out, but the scenery is absolutely stunning, isn't it? The water's blue, it's clear. I'm just picking my gear up now, I'm going to get walking again. It's clear, and it's pretty damn spectacular around this area, to be fair. Obviously, nobody wants to blank, but when you go fishing, that happens. So yeah, right, I'm gonna get on. Enough talking. Let's get moving. Just wait there a sec. All right, I can see you at the mark. This walk, I'm nearly there now. I thought it was just round the corner. It's ended up being about a mile walk, and I think I've just seen a pilot whale or a porpoise. I'm not sure. I don't want a dolphin. It was too small. Well, I'll spin you around. We'll show you where we're fishing. Just give me a sec. Down there, basically. Across this rock ledge at the bottom here. I'm going to cut it right because I like the look of this outcrop here across. And kelp beds that are around it. Right, let's get down and get fishing. Now, if the side was still backing off, I'd be on that rock there, fishing just in front of that kelp bed there. Or if I had some bait, I'd be dropping a rig down in that hole for wrasse. Well, that could be another session, that, for the baits fishing section of this video that we're doing, or these episodes that we're doing. For today, I'm going to the left. I'm going to go down here, basically. It's quite an awkward rock mark to get down, so get onto. I mean, the jagged rocks, they're not really as smooth as around the other side. But we're going to go down here and spin straight out. It's kelpy. We've got kelp just to the left here on that bit that's sticking out. And yeah, it should be alright, like, so we'll have a go. Right guys, so right, we're just going to put a spinner on here because I know it's snaggy. I'm just going to make sure that the camera's okay. I've put I think it's a 28 gram Dexter wedge on, that one there. Just to make sure see to the end of this rock that I'm fishing off, that you'll be able to see me. So obviously at the start of this video I had a bit of a boo-boo with footage. You see Bard's out slightly, turn you just a bit like that. I think that's okay. Yeah, that'll be fine. Right, let's get some fishing done. Drag and draw and drop here if you like, or lift and draw, whatever you want to call it. Lift, wind the slide deep. Not as shallow as like where we fished at Whistling Sands yesterday. Hopefully some pollock will show. If they don't, they don't. I've spent more time walking than fishing this morning. Well, that were a bit of a coming across some kelp. That was a bit of a wake up call, that one, wasn't it? Eh? Lovely fresh air, isn't it? I'll have 20 casts with this Dexter wedge, and we'll try a different lure maybe. Just flick it about at angles all over this rock ledge, basically. Nice steady retrieve, doing draw movements. I thought we had a fish there because my line didn't sink. Sink a bit deeper, it's coming up quite high in the water. I may change it to something a bit heavier. We'll see. Morning. A bit disappointed I haven't caught a pollock. I could have stayed on that other spot and carried on catching mackerel, I'm sure. This will bring to a close our fishing without bait, novice's guide to sea fishing. Obviously there's only caught 4 mackerel, but the methods do work. I think you'll see the bait one a bit more, might be a bit more successful. I mean, I don't know, that other spot fishes for pollock as well, but I made the decision that I'd come here. You can't always get it right. I'm happy with the mackerel I caught. I think that's just good enough footage for what the point I'm trying to prove. We've only had like, this is still like the same session really, so it's like, this is the second session we've had 4 fish. Could have caught more. Sea's, well, it's coming in. I don't really want to stay down here any longer, to be fair. So, it's been a lovely morning. I'll just spin you around. More mackerel in there, fresh mackerel. So we're going to get them back up. I think we'll keep them for tote bait rather than breakfast. So I don't have to use my new knife. So yeah, we'll get back tripod down and we'll head back. So stay tuned for part 3, session 1. It'll be on today because I've already got some footage. It was successful as well. So yeah, stay tuned. From Bardsey Sound, the Fishing Squad UK, tight lines. and have a good day. I'll see you later.